Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you the main themes that you need to be aware for 2025 and 2026. So fasten seat belt and enjoy. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. The intention is to give you a bigger picture of the energy of 2025 2026, and we can expect in the next 2 years a lot of new energetics frequency. And so the main goal for you and the main intention for this video will be how can we prepare for this. The goal for this video will be mainly to focus on three major planets, which are Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune, which are the planets that are more far away from the solar system, and they are the slowest ones, but the effect on our energetics and astrologically speaking are the one that you will feel the most in the next years. And so it's really important to really understand the transit of this slowest planet. Let's start from the first theme. The first theme is the so-called Pluto in Aquarius. But before to move to what does it mean Pluto in Aquarius in simple terms, let's make a precision. What it is Pluto? Pluto is an energy that is inviting us to go really deep, deep, deep into our subconscious part of ourself, and bring back what it doesn't serve us anymore. So if you see this metaphor and you apply to the collective energy, let's say that since 2008 till 18 of November 2024, Pluto was in Capricorn. And Capricorn represents structure. Capricorn represents the government, banks, and education systems, and the health systems. And so from 2008 till 2000, let's say November 2024, Pluto was trying to bring back to the surface everything that was no longer serving us, everything that was no longer working in the government, in the bank system, in the education system, in the health system. So it was also bringing in a lot of corruption, was bringing up a lot of lies connected to this kind of domains. So slowly, thanks to Pluto in Capricorn, we started to see what is no longer working in our current system, and slowly has to change. And the change is coming with the big transit that it will last till 2044, and it started 19th of November 2024, and is also called Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius is finally an energy shift, because an energy Aquarius that represents the rebel, the innovator, is an energy that represents power back to the people. It's an energy that represents co-creation. So people are not anymore, let's say, trying to emerge independently from the mass. They are not trying to compete all against everyone, but people would like more and more to co-create together with other people. It's more about authenticity. So more and more we will work on ourselves, and we will be authentic between each other. It's a lot about technological innovation. These are the main themes about Pluto in Aquarius that slowly we will start to see in 2025. As I mentioned in the previous video, uh, because this Pluto is is a really slow planet, you're gonna feel, we're gonna feel on a personal level, on a collective level, this energy slowly towards the end of 2025, because Pluto takes times to let's say emerge, and for us to feel this paradigm shift. But Aquarius is also linked to youth, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. So more new young leaders are going to emerge, and there will be a different way to lead, which is from the heart and from a more compassionate way. So this was Pluto in Aquarius, which is a lot of authenticity, a lot of co-creation, power back to people, innovation, and power back to young leaders. Let's move back to the second theme for 2025. The second theme or the second energy is called Uranus in Gemini. And Uranus in Gemini, it's like a lot because Uranus in Gemini represent Uranus. First of all, represent the higher mind, and Gemini represent the lower mind. Uranus will move into Gemini from July 7, and they will stay in Gemini until November 7, 2025. Then it will be back to Taurus, but then from April 2026 till 2034 will stay officially without moving back and forwards. We stay longer in Gemini till 2033. Gemini, it's all about the development of Uranus in Gemini. It's all about the development with artificial intelligence, space travels. Gemini is a lot connected with local also transportation. So I'm expecting that in a lot of countries, maybe there will be like a lot of works connecting to have like faster trains, to have faster buses, and Uranus finally is moving away in July 2025 is moving away from Taurus because in Taurus was not really in a well position because Uranus loves changes. And let's say from the summer 2025 we are going to think a lot of changes in our life. It will be like a sudden shift in our lives. You will feel it on a collective level, but you will also feel it on a personal level. All the time I say that for me Uranus represents the quote expect the unexpected. Uranus in Gemini is also connected to galactic connections, to innovation in aviation, to more freedom of communication. So more and more people are wanting to connect with their spirits guides, are wanting to connect with their galactic family. And I've noticed that during the last few months while working with client. And the positive part as well will be that I believe, I feel that starting from the summer, there might be like some new social media that will allow more free speeches in their in their space, in their platform. So it's an energy that it's really fast, and it's really dynamic. And let's say when I feel and I think about 2025, 2025, let's say thanks to Uranus, it will be a really dynamic. Let's say Uranus and Pluto will be really a dynamic here. Next, the third theme is called Neptune in Aries. But before to move in Neptune in Aries, we are gonna the most important topic that I want to highlight here will be the energy that is so called Saturn and Neptune dance all over 2025. Because Saturn represents a generational planet, represent discipline, represent structure. Neptune represent everything that is connecting to spirituality. But in the first part of the year 2025, they will be both in the sign of Pisces, and together. Saturn and Neptune in Pisces together, they represent compassion, they represent the increase of psychic power to a lot of people. They represent in the energy of Pisces a lot of dreaming. So it's really useful, this energy, for all of us to be in a dream state in order to visualize in the fourth quarter of 2025 what we want to manifest starting from the second quarter of 2025. The only attention point here is that if you stay too much into this Pisces energy, you might go to idealization, you might go to escapism, and yes, also Saturn and Neptune in Pisces is a lot connected with spiritual leaders, but you need to stay really aware because 2025 will be also the year where there will be a lot of fake spiritual leaders. And so the most important point in the first quarter of 2025 will be to use your discernment and to really understand if the spiritual leader that you are following are really trustable or not. But when they start from the late spring and summer and the first part of October, Saturn in Aries, Saturn will be in Aries and Neptune will be in Aries. When they are both in Aries, especially, there will be a conjunction in February 2026. Let's say that this energy it's really important because represent for us making real our dreams. So in the fourth quarter of 2025 it's like we are in a dream state, and it's really useful to prepare our vision board really well. And then starting for let's say March April, because Neptune will be in Aries in March 2025 and Saturn in Aries in late May. Then you go finally into action to making real dreams for your life. And so you move forward with the energy of Saturn that represent the theme of discipline, and the energy of Neptune that represent really the dream must come true, let's say. But last but not least, the first part of the forgot to mention before, the first part of 2025, because we are into this Pisces energy, it's there is also a lot more empathy, and you will feel a lot of more empathy energy and compassion energy and dreamy energy, because I'm gonna share that in a separate video because there is a lot to say. Because of the North Node in Pisces that will move to Pisces from Aries to Pisces in January 2025. So you can use this energy really a lot, and you will feel it a lot of energy in January that will be really a lot more compassionate and a lot of dreamy energy. And when I say dreamy energy, I say that you can really work a lot with your dreams, because all the time I'm saying in my videos that if you really want to understand yourself, you need to connect with your subconscious and your unconscious part of yourself. And the best way to connect with your subconscious is really to try to understand your dreams. And there are different techniques. What you can do if you have difficulties to remember your dreams, and you can practice all over the first quarter of 2025, meaning January, February, March, is a simple technique. Before to go to sleep, you can take a glass full of water and you can set a powerful intention and say out loud, I remember my dreams. And then you go to sleep, and when you wake up, you will for sure remember your dreams. You need to try to not open your eyes immediately during the morning, but you can grasp the what you were dreaming during your sleep, and you can write in your dream diary, so that you can have a track of how is your dream going, and you can have a track of what is happening in your subconscious. So that's it's a really powerful exercise that I also invite everyone to do all the time. So let's say that because in 2025 and 2026 we have a dance between these Pluto in Aquarius, Uranus in Gemini, and Neptune in Aries. Um, we have force in the first part of the year. We have a sort of dance because first will be in a specific zodiac sign, and then they will move definitely in the other in another zodiac sign. The main energetics for 2025 and 2026, the main, I would say, the main element for 2026 and 2025 will be the element fire and air. Why I say fire? Because Neptune and Saturn will be in Aries, and air because Uranus in Gemini is in Gemini and Pluto is in Aquarius. While previously in 2024 we had mainly an earth and water energy, especially because Pluto, especially yes, because Pluto was in Capricorn, so earth energy. Uranus was in Taurus, so earth energy, and Neptune and Saturn are currently in Pisces, so water element. Okay, last but not least, I would like to add into this picture a fourth theme that will be the most important one on a collective level. And the transit is so-called Chiron in Aries. Chiron in astrology represents the teacher that is teaching us through our personal wound how to heal our personal wound in order to transcend them and become a guide for other people to support them in their personal journey. Chiron in Aries is a lot connected with the issue of the I am. What does it mean that? That more and more people in 2025 they will realize that the life that they are living it's not really the life that they are passionate about, and the work is like connecting the word that a lot of people the work that a lot of people will need to do is to deeply disconnect with the no longer self view in your life and deeply connect with your true self. Just as a reminder, Chiron in Aries has been active as transit since 2018, and it will be active till 19th of January 2026. So let's say that 2025 on a collective level will be the most important year for people to connect to their personal power, to their inner sovereignty, and to their authenticity. So this is why I often say that 2025 for a lot of people will be a transition year. Another point that is really fascinating is that I went to research. I know different kinds of astrology. I studied also Chinese astrology, and I was curious to understand if the main themes that I just explained for Western astrology are also applicable using a different system that is so called Chinese astrology. Chinese astrology is made by 12 animal year plus 5 elements, and is a system that is working on a 60 years cycle. So in the 3rd of February 2025, the Chinese population will celebrate the New Year's Eve, and they will enter in the energy that is so called the energy of wood snake. Meaning that all over Asia in 2025 you will see a lot of green snakes as a decoration, for example. And according to Chinese astrology and Chinese metaphysics, the wood snakes can bring a lot of major changes. And in which sense it can bring a lot of major changes? So I went back to research what happened 60 years before, meaning the last time that we had the energy of a wood snake was 1965. And in that year, it was really happening a lot of important events because, for example, in the US, the Voting Rights Act was passed. Then Singapore became independent country, separating finally from Malaysia. The Catholic Church started to hold in mass in local languages instead of Latin. So there was a lot of meaning taking back powers and taking back power to give back the power to the people in some sort of sense. And also the animal snakes, the snake as animal represent intuition, and so it will be really important, like I said before, with when I was talking about Neptune in Pisces and Neptune in Aries, to use really our discernment in 2025 and 2026. So as you can see, different systems, but the main themes and the main energetics are always the same. I trust that this short video was giving you some input and reflection on how to start to navigate better 2026 and 2025. And if you like the video, if you like this podcast, please don't hesitate to leave a like, to comment. As we move towards 2025, I would like to have a feedback on what is happening on your personal life, and how you are navigating your personal life. And don't forget that next time in part two, I will be more precise, connecting more through the energy of the North Node in Pisces, because we will have another transitional energy while moving from the North Node in Aries to the North Node in Paris, in Pisces. Thank you very much for the attention, and see you to the next episode.